The Compagnia di San Paolo is a so-called general purpose foundation, so we span from research to arts to welfare. Obviously, biggest pressure is on welfare spending, especially Italian foundations where, let's say, the local component in the governance is so huge. So we have obviously a pressure for spending more on, let's say, on social issues where the local governments can no longer afford spending. I might bring you lots of papers where we declare all the time we are not substituting the state in any case, for years and years. But right now we have to face the reality where local government cannot spend on fundamental things like kindergartens, for instance. And this also applies to university, for instance, where they have very basic needs in a way. We can ask university in exchange of what we give them to be more efficient. I think they can get a part of their economic problems is due to the fact that they are not that efficient. So in exchange for what we give away, we can ask in exchange something more in terms of efficiency, services to students, competition, and capacity of attracting European funds. And that's the whole story. If you look at our policy, for instance, what we did was to, with a shrinking budget, we tried to keep the research spending at the same level in relative terms and to expand spending from welfare. That's because we think that without welfare spending, society doesn't stick together. But without research spending, society doesn't move forward. Foundation is about capitalism. A foundation. What's foundation? Is an endowment invested in assets, to give some kind of return. So without capitalism, we wouldn't have foundations in a way. So foundations are basically about inequality. Foundations are, in a way, the bad guys with money in a way. But in another way, I think we can have again a function in let's say putting some more pressure on cultural entities, universities, local governments, and so on and so forth, to get a bit more efficient towards the public. So in this way, I think we can exploit the function.